Today I'm going to show you how to make candied pecans for a salad or even just as a snack. I start out with 100 grams of pecan nuts, which is about a half a cup, 1/4 cup of water, and 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. I start out by adding the water and then the sugar, and allow the sugar to dissolve a little bit before you add the pecan nuts. And you allow that to come to a boil. It doesn't take long because there's not very much water. And gradually it'll start to thicken up and become a syrup. And within about 3 to 5 minutes, there'll begin to be a gloss in the nuts, as you can see, and around the edges of the pan as well. And eventually it becomes where the syrup is almost non-existent, and there's no longer any liquid left in the pan. And that's when you add it to the cookie sheet. Non-stick is best. And I spread it around with a silicone spatula so that the sugar doesn't stick to, say, a metal spoon or a wooden spoon. And then you run this into a 350-degree oven for about 5 to 7 minutes at a time. And you can see the sugar begins to bubble around the edges of the pecans. And you just want to stir, giving the nuts a little bit of a flip, collecting more of the sugar. And run it back in the oven for a second time. And you can see the sugar starts to crystallize and become a bit flaky and a little more difficult to move around the pan. You can somewhat gauge how far along they are based on how the sugar begins to coat the spatula. Once the nuts have completely cooled, they'll turn a little bit white. You want to store them in an airtight container for later use. I actually use them in a spinach salad with fresh strawberries, fresh feta cheese, along with the pecans, as well as a balsamic vinaigrette. It is at the top of a list for being one of my favorite salads for a special occasion. This 100 grams of pecans was able to serve as a salad topping for 5 people.